Hi everyone, it's Michelle from Country Morning Creations, and I'm here with a flip through of my December journal. If you've followed me for any amount of time, you know that I make a new journal every month, and they're pretty much the same, so the basics are kind of different. However, I've made several changes this time around to what I'm doing, and I'll talk a little bit more about that when I get in here, and then at the end, I'm going to give you a tip for printing tracing or tissue paper. So that's one of the things I'm excited about too. So first thing, True Confessions. I think this is my favorite monthly journal I've done so far. So again, for the last half of this year, I've been using the Spring Farmhouse collection by Prima. I love the colors. It's golds, it's roses. And so this was just part of that paper pack. On the cover here, one of the things I did was I got the journal cards. So this is one of the journal cards. It has a frame around it. I think this is Tim Holtz. Don't quote me on that. This I know is Tim Holtz. And so this is from one of his things. And then this is just a little bee also from some of the ephemera that came with it. I used also a Tim Holtz book plate. I finally got the die. I've been looking for it for 3 years now. And somebody finally was selling 2 of them on Etsy, and I snagged one right away. I didn't even hesitate. And these little embellishments are also from that the Spring Farmhouse. It came with some of these sparkly things. So inside, normally I do a card, just a journal card for my goals, but this time I actually chose to do a tag. I had some leftover pieces from cutting these down before, so I just made a tag out of it. It has a guest check in the back and some lace. This duck and this are all from, again, those packs. And then on the back I've simply glued a piece of just plain manila, or as my kids would say, plain vanilla cardstock. I punched a hole. This is actually avocado dyed. At one point I did some avocado dyeing, and I finally used some of this eyelash trim that I've been hoarding. I probably left it a little bit too long, and I probably should cut it down, but we'll see. So this is the part that I'm really excited about. One of the things is I was looking for some, this is just gorgeous. Anyway, I was looking for some printables that would work, and because this is an odd size, it's 8.5 by 8.5, I couldn't find anything that would really work, so I actually made my own. I posted about it on my Instagram channel, and I've had several people ask me to show how I did this. It's actually really quick and easy, so look for a tutorial in the next week about how to make really simple, and I mean these are simple and easy and quick printables for your own journals using a platform called Canva, and it's free. It's free. You don't have to have any software on your computer. You just go online and do it. So keep an eye out for that. I did print them on my coffee dyed paper, so this is not part of the printable. This is just a gorgeous coffee stain that was already on it. So every page that I did for my printables has these roses. These are actually from the Graphics Fairy website. And then this little filigree is actually from Canva. So I combined several things, and this is actually just a custom color background that I chose. These are all coffee dyed paper. I've neutralized the coffee dye, the acid in the coffee. It's a 5-hole pamphlet stitch, and this is 28 pounds, so it's a heavier paper than your 20-pound weight copy paper, and it is also acid free. It's from Hammermill. I also had some strips of washi tape that I had made for another project, and that was for my planner. I am working on getting that planner up and making a new planner with it. I made one as a teacher. It won't work for regular people. So I'm going to try to get that planner up also during December, but this was some of that washi tape, and it's just printed on sticker paper, and I added that to my flips. This is a page from my secretary's desk journal, and this actually has December on it. I think it's on the other half. daily. I write every morning. I get up at 5:30 and I have my coffee and I curl up in my favorite chair and I write just daily, one per page, and I pretty much fill them. This is the other thing. So this is another page that I did, and again, Graphics Fairy, and this is that filigree from Canva, but I took a my porch swing prints has a beautiful traveler's notebook, and it's roses. Love it. But I didn't want it to print out really dark on this, so again, I uploaded the image to Canva and made it a little bit lighter and was able to adjust it, and then printed it on this gorgeous tracing paper that I'd already coffee dyed. So now, because it was light enough, I could actually write on the back side of this if I chose to, or I could put pictures back here and it won't affect it. So again, more coffee dyeing. This is another piece of that. I called it Script and Roses. Another gorgeous, gorgeous image from the Graphics Fairy and the filigree. Then this year at least, I have included an Edith Holden book page for that month in every single one of them. And I love this image of the holly berries. And normally I run them horizontally, and this time I chose to run it vertically. So that's a little bit different from what I normally do. Then you get to the center signature, again, 5-hole pamphlet stitch. And this is where I actually layered, and I'll show you this also in my when I do my tutorial on this. I actually layered a couple of different images together to get these longer pieces. Everything else is just a single image. And this is more, and these are actually from the Graphics Fairy also. These images are from the Graphics Fairy, and then I created this washi tape. That could be a whole nother tutorial right there. So Edith Holden, another gorgeous Graphics Fairy and Canva piece here. This is the other side of that tissue paper. This is just gorgeous. One of these days I'm going to learn how to do all of this layering, but for right now, I'm very happy with just using the Graphics Fairy, just single things like that. And then we get to another flip, the back side of that. Yeah, there it is, December. See, I even made that match. So this is that other side of that page. And then we get to the last page, and again, I have a, the Graphics Fairy and the filigree. I loved that. And this filigree was actually a free digital stamp, if you will. So I promised you a little tip about printing on tissue paper or lightweight papers, your tissue papers, your tracing papers, things that are really lightweight. And I'll show you what I've created here. So this is removable double-sided tape by Scotch. So what I did, and it's double-sided, so what I simply did is I took a piece of cardstock, just a plain old piece of cardstock, and I put that tape all the way around the edges. And then you just lay your paper over the top and smooth it down. But I wanted to reuse this instead of throwing it out. And you can see I've printed several times using this. That's some of the ink that bled over the edges. So to store this, I simply took a piece of wax paper, cut it down, and covered it up. And now I just store it on a shelf flat so that it's easy to access. But that is my tip also for how to print with some lightweight papers. So grab yourself some removable double-sided tape. When you peel it off, of course, be very careful. But that's a great way to run things through your printer that are super lightweight. So I hope you've enjoyed this tip. I hope you have enjoyed the flip through of my December journal, and I hope I have brought something to you that inspires you to be creative today.